watch with others. Okay, there we go. Cool.
You
Yeah.
know what I was thinking? We could do an initiative where we suggest lower level players to post their replays,
Mm-hmm.
and we cast it for them. I think that could be the path to greatness.
That's actually a really good idea. Let's do it. Make a Reddit
Yeah,
post or what?
just Reddit and forums done. I think that's enough.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Gives us practice and content, practice casting and content for our channels, and get to help people out. Gain followers and whatnot.
Exactly.
Take over the world, ban any minorities from entering our countries, and you know how it is.
I like the minority part.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Indeed. Well, if
Maybe
we
we can make some wars with Evo chambers or something, and make the Protoss
yeah,
pay for it.
I like I like the way you think, man.
Or you can use an investor. Do it on a drone and then build a wall.
Indeed, indeed. Oh man.
In the
Yeah.
north, we've got the Blue Zerg. SuperNova.
What a liar. He's a Korean Terran. Everybody knows that. All right, his
Oh,
opponent in the bottom right, eXile. Yeah, have you seen SuperNova play? He actually just was streaming recently for the first time in a while because he's doing
I
his
believe I
military.
have.
Yeah, actually, I like watching him
I've
a lot.
definitely heard his name.
Yeah, he's been. I don't know what the farthest he's gone in GSL is. I know he's made it pretty deep, and he's been around for a long time. But he's doing his military service now. He was on holiday for a few days, and he streamed during that time. It's pretty cool to see him back. That was last week, I believe.
Yeah, man, it really sucks for Koreans.
Yeah,
Imagine how good they could be if they didn't have to retire for military.
yeah, I know.
A lot of them retire, a lot of them come back, but not everybody does, and it affects careers in a way that is sometimes irrecoverable. It's making me very sad sometimes.
Yeah, and I think I don't know what their rules are. I know in Russia, for example, they have mandatory military service as well, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it starts at 18, but you can receive deferrals if you're in university, things of that nature. But I don't
Yeah.
know when, because it seems like all of the Koreans, it seems like they usually do it at like, is it like 21 or 22 or something?
Yeah, somewhere in that early 20s
Yeah,
range for sure. There's some exceptions, but like they have to be very specific reasons, I believe.
yeah.
Anyways, the openers here are very, very, very similar. There's almost no difference between the two, except SuperNova is not making links.
Yeah, yep, 4 lings to 0. We do have a Baneling Nest already on the way for eXile, and I know he likes to wall off with his Baneling Nest. I've seen him actually use it to great effect. Baneling Nest, and then he'll, if necessary, Ghost Build with Evolution Chambers and whatnot to stop like early ling all-ins.
I like how you're saying Ghost Build. That's a thing from Age of
From
Mythology
Age of
still.
Mythology. Yeah, man, I know it's in my blood, dude. Age of Mythology is still in my
Yeah.
blood. I don't forget
We
my
call it
roots.
SimCity around here,
I
sir.
know that's a stupid expression. I never liked
I
that.
know, I know.
Just SimCityum. No, like no, Ghost build it.
Yeah, it sounds better, I
It
gotta
does.
say.
Speed has just kicked in now, and it's about to kick in as well for SuperNova. Bit of a painful supply block for eXile, actually. He's been on 36
Oh
for
yeah.
quite some time. Does have 2
Yeah,
finishing up.
gotta make that double overload at 34, otherwise it really hurts you.
Roach Warren on the way, as well as a Baneling Nest simultaneously, but there's a big wave of drones to complement that for SuperNova. So what do you think? Does he want to get to full saturation at his natural and then maybe push? Does this look more defensive to you?
But this drone is moving out, so I'm a bit confused. I think it's defensive, especially given the nature of his build, which is a spine in each mineral. This is stuff you don't see in the ZvZ. And he
Yeah.
is going up to the layer tech. So
Wow.
these buildings might have entirely been defensive. Although there's an Evo chamber coming up. Okay, we are gonna see Roach Tech for sure.
Yeah, and so he's actually, yeah, so he's going to Lair, as you mentioned, and he's also getting a third base at the same time. So it seems like I don't want to say that that this is bad or he shouldn't go for all those things at the same time, because honestly I just don't have enough experience with Zerg to know, but I will say that he definitely seems like he has a lot of liabilities right now. He
He
was getting,
doesn't know what's going on actually. He
yeah,
had so little in terms of scouting
yeah,
done
he just sent
that
that Overlord in now. Just sent it in now.
that yeah, this was a blind
Yeah.
strategic move. He was preparing to do this from before the game, and what's gonna happen now is up to anyone's guess.
Hey, by the way, you got what might be a compliment for you in the chat. Jiggy asked, who's the French caster? So he did not say who is the Hungarian caster.
I sound French?
That's what I'm
That's not
saying.
good.
Yeah, so see that's why I said it might. If somebody told me that I sounded French, you know, you could bet I'd be busting down their door unless they live far away, like Jiggy.
Look at the supply.
Yeah, look at the supply.
You're doing that better than me.
It's
I
so fun to
can't
say.
even imitate them.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jiggy's special. We'll just say he's special. So we
I
can't.
think it was a joke.
Yeah, it was definitely a joke, and we can't rely on him to accurately identify accents. Anyway, as I said, he's special. We try to be more patient with him. Try to be more understanding and compassionate. Roach speed on the way. +2 missile attacks as well for Exile. Roach speed coming
Yes.
down for SuperNova as well, but there will be an upgrade window for Exile once that +2 attack finishes. And as we all know, in the Roach versus Roach wars, upgrade windows are a really big deal.
Especially if it's attack upgrades. Now, not everybody knows this, but actually, Roaches benefit from the ranged upgrades way more than they do from the carapace. The ranged upgrades actually give them +2 actual attack damage, whereas the armor only gives them +1.
I actually
So it's
did
better to
not know
go.
that until today.
Better to go for
Scar,
the attack.
yes, Scars just told me that today. I didn't know the math, but he did say that Roaches benefit much more from the missile upgrade than the carapace. I did not know that.
Yep, it's literally a 2-to-1 ratio.
Oh, this is interesting. We do have tunneling claws
Yeah.
from SuperNova, and we have an infestation pit for both players. Yeah, that queen is rather adventurous, to say the least. Can be quickly
Paying for
punished.
this life.
Yep. Strayed a bit too far away from home.
These roaches are greatly evolved and are pushing into the base, wrecking any links and the queen in the way, as well as the roach reinforcements. But now the blue roaches arrive and shoo them away a tiny bit at least.
Yep, we do have +2 attack finishing in 1 second. Now drones are pulled, but lings are coming up to reinforce.
So many reinforcements, and this blue force from SuperNova can actually not hold. They have to go back, and the base needs to be sacrificed. Fantastic push by eXile.
Really, really well-timed push. I mean, he hit right when +2 attack was finishing. That was very well executed from eXile.
16 reinforcing links on the way.
I think this is the point where, yeah, eXile should back off. I mean, he killed a lot of drones there. He should pull back, get his reinforcements together, and then, you know, push again in a little while. There's no onus on him now to do more damage. Though, with that being said, if he gets a surround on these roaches with the lings, that's going to be really nice.
Huge surround, and they're picking the roaches apart, really.
Yeah, they really are. And frame show, yes, we are still live. Well, casting a replay here, but live cast, of course. Nice positioning there from SuperNova on his roaches, avoiding another surround, but he has sustained a lot of damage. You take a look at the units lost tab, he's actually slightly over 2k behind in resources lost. That's a big deal.
That is crazy. As well as the worker differential, eXile up to 57 workers. 60 now.
So one really, I should say, worrying note is if you take a look at the units tab right now, there are 21 roaches out to the 7 of eXile. So eXile is going into Spire Tech. He does have a huge bank. So
If he
what?
dumps this into Mutas,
Yeah, if he
that
dumps
could be very impactful.
exactly. So there's going to be a short time of vulnerability, and right as I say that, SuperNova does look to be pushing. There's going to be a short time of vulnerability prior to getting out those Mutalisks, where this massive army supply disadvantage could be troublesome for him. If these roaches hit, it
This
could
is
be a
not
tough hold.
going to be unnoticed. Exa has really decent vision here,
He really
and I do
does.
believe that he is seeing it. Yeah, that's right.
He is making some roaches. I don't know if he can hold this base, though. If SuperNova wants, he can focus it down. It looks like he wants to go for the queen and then the drones instead, which I do think is a good choice on his part.
Yes. Spire is about to finish up, and some of the roaches have finished training, but...
Ooh.
Burrow.
Yup. Burrow goes down and
Coming
get...
up right in the middle
Wow.
of the army.
That was a
Getting
really nice
surrounded by
move.
drones
But
with
yeah,
no
I was going to
doubt.
say, it was a really nice move in theory, but at the same time, he gave the drones a surround. So I think it kind of worked against him a little bit.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. And the push has to go back home, whereas the Mutalisks can be trained at the moment, but there's not quite enough larva to sustain them, although now they have popped as well.
I like this
So
macro
this
hatch,
push
by the way.
is over.
Yeah, the
Oh yeah.
push is over. Macro hatch, like I said, I really like that decision and important, very important save from eXile. Right, save slash. I don't know. It's more like SuperNova abandoned the attack on the 3rd in order to kill that queen and that drones. So that could come back to haunt him.
Perhaps he wanted to go right for the Roach Warren, but obviously that's easier said than done.
Yeah. And so we're in a situation right now where SuperNova has just thrown down his 4th base, but eXile has 4 bases up along with a macro hatch. The worker count is very close, 3 more for SuperNova, but there's absolutely nothing to deal with the tech switch of eXile. The Mutalisks very well could just end the game outright, and especially if you take a look at the number of them. Holy crap, 20
Oh yeah.
Mutalisks.
So he is going into Infestors and Ravagers. A miraculous fungal and bile could end this army.
Yeah, that would be. I think that's the only way that SuperNova can pull this back. With that being said, he is sending some burrowed roaches into the natural of eXile, but I think the Mutalisks are too much.
Oh yeah. At the same time, the Ravagers were caught, and that was it.
Yeah, lost all of that army outside of his 4th. Would have lost his 4th base as well. The idea, like I said, of the burrowed roaches going to the natural was good, but that would only just be so annoying and buy so much time. Not even buy much time at all because the Mutalisks were on his doorstep. But nice tech switch there.
Yeah, well played by Exile.
It was. All right, let's get into